I once took 6 grams of shrooms, had ego death, and pissed my friend's bed. Be me, circuit 2019. Selling shrooms at the time, while also using myself. Have a trip plan which involves me taking shrooms, waiting 2 weeks for tolerance to go back to normal, and then taking a higher amount. Did this 3 times overall. B third trip, plan is to stay at a friend's house, while we both take 3 grams of Liberty Caps. We eat their shroomies. FFW to 2 hours later, we feel nothing, maybe some slight euphoria, but nothing more, and no trip whatsoever. We get the genius idea to take more. Eat 1 gram each. Hour later we are just barely tripping, mostly just in a trippy mindset and things looked sharper, but no big visuals. Let's take more, but let's make it into a tea, maybe we aren't feeling it cause we're eating them. Let's use cocoa instead of non. D. Make cocoa, grind up shrooms with a weed grinder, and put it in the cocoa. Pass the cup around, both drinking out of it. Finish it. Friend suddenly starts, looking like an alien, her face starts warping, rooms is breathing. It's kicking in .exe. It's kicking in too strong .exe. Oh fuck .jpg. We start to get kind of scared, it's kicking in way too hard and we are tripping hard. Huggy Kother and try to let it pass out. A guy she was talking to at the time, sort of a junkie, suddenly calls her and starts talking about murdering a woman. He was in some psychotic break. What the fuck is happening.jpg? We are scared shitless, near psychosis ourselves. She takes quintapeine to try to calm down and end the trip, and goes in the bathroom and spends hours in there. I'm now alone in her bed. I'm starting to really freak out from the visuals, feelings, sensations, and thoughts. Convinced I fried my brain, that I'm insane and will be stuck in paranoid delirium forever. Convinced I'm about to die. Close eyes. Can't feel my body. Feel my existence fading away. Literally feels like I am actually dying. Can any stards explain what happened here? Be me. Quit smoking weed 3 weeks ago. Dreams start coming back. Dream about silver ball-shaped UFOs filling the sky. See this through a window in a high-rise apartment in an unknown city. Agent Smith-type characters appear. I run outside. Wake up weird but whatever. Next night I dream same but slightly different scenario. This time fiancé is with me. At some point we find ourselves in futuristic military base. Anon explaining that we have to time travel to fix the alien drone situation. Sent on time travel mission. Surveillance drones still everywhere. Suddenly I'm running into someone's house on mission. Mission is to confiscate contraband items. Take this nigga's bread. He tries to fight me for it. Stab him with long bayonet type knife and kill him. Other stuff happened, don't really remember the details. Tell my fiancé about the dream. Get to the part about killing dude over bread. She says Anon that's weird, I'm reading a book about French Revolution. Says she's at the part where they formed the Committee of Public Safety. Says they're literally killing MF with bayonets over flour. Did I just read her mind in my dream? So here's a few brief spooks that I think are connected. Starting from where it began, be me. Nude in bed, burning up cause there's no AC and the ceiling fan annoyed, why I'm naked to begin with. Can't sleep, so I try to entertain myself to lull my overly active mind to the dreamland. Been reading /x/ a lot, so naturally my mind gravitated to the supernatural. And succubi in particular. Dream up a scenario of meeting one as I soak my sheets in sweat. After a few minutes of polluting my mind with lewd daydreams, hear clear as day a husky, feminine sigh and feel a warm breath on my ear. Bolt upright, heart pounding, turn on light, search room, get dressed, and lie awake in a panicked state for hours. Fall asleep, eventually chalk it up to an overactive imagination. It happens again the next night, but this time I feel a hand brush up against my cheek and wait on the other end of the bed. Lay still scarred shitless, don't sleep that night. Burn incense, don't sleep nude, occupy mind with readings of old horror stories instead of fantasy. Nothing happens for a few months. Until a few days ago when I was struggling to sleep and put on some podcast about Bigfoot to drift off to sleep to. Except as I finally got comfortable I heard and felt a sigh in my ear, much harsher and more irritated sounding. Eyes shoot open, spot a snow-white face with black hair and big staring eyes looking at me from the edge of my bed, leaning from behind the bookcase I use as a backboard/wall. Nearly spit out my heart, I'm so frightened. Nothing's happened since then, but I can feel a presence whenever I'm near my room or in it in the dark. Not even the first time I've seen shit in this house, but the first time I've heard and been touched by one of the things. Be me in 2020. Tell everyone COVID is fake and gay and the government is in on it. Change diet, ride bike every day, stop biting nails, lifetime habit, quit cigs. Start bringing my hammock to the park and reading books and the Bible. Notice I have been seeing a guy around town also riding his bike but has an orange flag attached to the back of his bike. We start talking about politics, current events. He offers me a sandwich. WTF, no thanks, I'm good. Ride my bike away. Keep seeing this man over the next few weeks no matter what town I'm in or where I go. One night I'm riding my bike home after dark. Notice a van has been following me for a few blocks. I take a back route home, van still manages to find me. Make it to my street and then fucking van goes full speed to catch up with me. Make it inside, take a break from bike riding. Eventually lose all my friends and family over COVID stuff. Parents call cops and they haul me to the psych ward. They drug me with shit against my will and keep me there for 2 days. They only let me leave when I kept spurging about HIPAA laws. I get out and immediately regress back into all of my old bad habits. To be fair, I am pretty certain that I was in the middle of a schizo-matic episode as I thought there were nanobots coming out of my skin and lots of other wacky stuff. Kinda can't blame my parents for calling in hindsight, still a fucked experience nonetheless. Captcha, Rad Y08+. Any interpreters? I'm not usually a guy that dreams a lot, but last night I had a vivid dream and I could swear it's a continuation of one I've had before but couldn't remember it. I suck at green texting, but I'll still share it. Let me know what you think. Be me, pretty much the same as Earl. Hang out with a group of jerks and Kyles who aren't even worth remembering. There's this dude we hate for no reason. He's got long blonde hair and short beard. Basically looks like a metalhead with a constant grin on his face. Turns out he's actually a rapper and is performing at some gray concrete place that looks like a combat arena with the audience sitting up high. Go there with the boys to confront him. They wait for me in the car while I go in alone. Approach him like a spurgy kid trying to look cool without saying a word. He stops rapping mid-sentence and instantly realizes I'm here to start shit. MF turns around and flings the mic away. He's maybe an inch shorter than me and more muscular, but holy shit, he's fast and knows how to fight. We exchange kicks and punches for quite a while, the crowd cheering and both of us are holding up. He's a fucking ninja, but I'm starting to wear him out and gaining on him. Suddenly feel a sharp pain, like an electric shock in my lower back. 26. Oh boy, here we go. 28th year starting with your 27th birthday is make or break in the 7-year cycle model. Seems you got yourself a guide of Nordic provenance. To me, a wordsmith and warrior, I'd suggest reading up in that direction to identify who he is so you can commune more easily. Don't limit yourself to the surface level gods of popular mythology, dig deep. The storyline indicates you wasting your time with nobodies and fighting their fights, which is a disgrace and you know it. Take a good look at your social circles and retreat from negative influence graciously to free your capacity for positive chance encounters. Also consider picking up prose/rap/bardic arts. Seems your newfound buddy works in that area, so he should be pleased and grant you plenty of inspiration. Good luck, brother. Don't trust the trolls. I also had an interesting dream. Be me. Dancing on clouds with Lucifer. Enjoy it and have a good time. Suddenly I hear God calling out. Fly towards heaven and feel God's light. Suddenly notice. Wait, I am not Christian. Go back to dancing on the clouds with Lucifer. Lucifer looks different. Lucifer is now suddenly the Orphic deity feigns. And VMD continue to dance and have a good time until I wake up. What does it mean? I wanted to tell you maybe the scariest real story I have to tell. I've been a lurker on this board for years, but never had the courage to write this story out until now. Some of the details aren't scary on their own. But, all of them put together is something that took me years to confront, and, more importantly, accept as the truth. I guess I should just take it from the top. If I am sort of all over the place with this story, I apologize, I'm not much of a writer. Anyways, here goes. Be me, in the 7th grade. Early 2010s. Have two best friends. Austin, who is a few months older than me, our friend who was taller than both myself and Gavin. Austin led a very difficult home life from the few times he gave us any details, and we didn't ever visit his house. Gavin was my best friend, the youngest of the group by a few months, a neighbor buddy that lived 7 or 8 houses down, and across the street. Gavin lived with a single mother, who was really nice. She was a very well-off real estate agent, but would frequently be home because she would get sick a lot. Maybe once or twice a year she would be out for a few weeks. Anyways, this was the days of early 2010s. We lived in a small town in Ohio. All of us grew up pretty poor and were doing the best we could under Ohio circumstances. Most of our summers were spent running around outside, exploring abandoned shit in the cursed Ohio woods. I have a similar story. Be me last year. Family gathering due to funeral. All relatives are participating. There is an old guy with a long beard and no hair, never seen him in my life. He knows me for some reason. Ask my grandma who is he. Turns out he is my grandma's brother. Grandma says that we have visited them so many times when I was 6. Don't have any memories of it. Maybe I am slowly becoming senile, but shit like that happens. This isn't some sci-fi shit but rather paranormal. So I thought this would suit the board. Basically this is what happened. Be me. Visit a playground that I have been occasionally visiting for the last 2 decades. Sit down in the park and look at the tree that's before me. While looking at the tree I remember something that happened as a kid. We were playing a game. While reminiscing suddenly the sky changes color. It was a sunny that and the sky there changed to a rainy color, and the playground's ground turns to sand. It used to have sand when I was a kid. Say WTF. Suddenly it goes back to normal within a second. Blink twice to see if I were hallucinating. I wasn't. This happened like 2 years ago. Did I experience a time travel that lasted for under a second?